Hey guys, I'm Chef D-Max. Welcome back to the kitchen. I got Uma still here with me. She's going to do some chutneys and some jams over the next couple weeks with me. So, special guest in town. And today we're going to make a guava jam, right?
Yes.
I've got guavas that came off the tree out back, and I can't wait to do something with them. So stay with us. Click subscribe if you're not doing that. Give me a thumbs up and her a thumbs up if you like this video, okay? And ring that bell, and we'll be back with some guava jam. See you in a second. Okay, guys, we're going to start this guava jam. So what do we want to start with? You want to start with sugar first or water?
No, I'm going to, since the fruit is very soft and ripe, so we don't need much water. So
Okay.
I'm going to start with the fruit. You can add the fruit.
Okay, so let's look at this fruit real quick, you guys. This is what we've done. This is these guavas. You can see these are like what they call little strawberry guavas.
Beautiful.
When you break them open, they're white on the inside. They've got seeds in there. So we like to strain this because of the seed piece, but
It's delicious. I had it. Yeah, these are unusual.
super aromatic, right? So all that we do with these, because we are going to strain them, is we pop them open. We break them open so they're easier to break down, right?
Yes, yes. They're already so ripe and
They're so ripe.
sweet and
Right off the
hot.
tree. I mean, literally had to fight the birds off as I'm pulling these off the tree because they're up there trying to get their own.
It's my first time seeing these.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people see pineapple guava, which is the larger green one with the white
Yeah, I
and the
haven't
yellow.
These are super.
These are really tasty. So,
Okay.
okay.
So
So
we can add all the fruit.
now we got a warm pan,
Yes.
right?
A little medium hot.
Okay. You're gonna
Not
do
too
that.
hot.
These things are good.
Yes. We can add some strawberries.
All right. So you want?
You can throw it in. We're going to puree it anyway.
Yeah,
So
we're
you
gonna
can
puree this, right?
just cut up some strawberries. Goes beautifully with guavas.
So
So
these are nice sweet strawberry.
summertime.
Probably like
so,
8
yeah.
strawberries in there,
Yeah.
cut in half.
Maybe a little bit water. Just like a quarter cup. Yeah,
Yeah,
quarter cup.
quarter cup water.
So fruit doesn't burn. There's a lot of sugar and pectin there, so we don't want to burn it.
Yeah, it has its natural pectin, right?
Yes, yes, natural. Okay, so.
So do you want to add any salt to this?
Yes, you can add a
So-
teaspoon.
So what
for
do you
now.
think?
Teaspoon for now. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll add a teaspoon of salt.
Yeah, then
Now
we
you're
can
saying,
adjust
you know,
later.
with a sweet jam, do we
Yeah.
want to add a lot of
Not so much.
salt? But we'd want to add enough to bring out
Yeah,
flavor, right?
It's sweet and tart, but it needs salt. Yeah.
How about sugar?
Sugar, yeah.
Okay,
No,
so sugar-
about half a cup.
Okay,
yeah.
so let's look and see really quick as we're doing this. We're going to do about a tablespoon. So,
Okay.
so we've got, there's 1, there's 2, let's see, here's 3, here's 4,
Let's see, that might be enough, I think.
yeah?
Because this fruit is
The
nice.
fruit is sweet,
Yeah,
right?
We don't want it too sweet. The tartness is good in here.
Yep.
Now we mix it. We can add.
We can add more sugar later, right?
yeah.
How about ginger?
ginger. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to add our ginger. I've got this plate
2
here with
teaspoons.
these knobbies here, and I just grate it on there and get
About
our
2
ginger.
teaspoons.
2
Maybe-
teaspoons. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe it's the whole thing.
Yeah, so this is probably like what we call a half an inch of ginger.
Yes. Ginger goes very beautifully well with our tropical fruits. If you don't like ginger, that's fine.
They can leave it out,
Yeah,
right?
it will still be delicious without ginger.
Now, if you guys don't have a guava tree in your backyard, that's fine. You guys can
Yeah.
buy guava in the grocery store in
Yeah.
season. You'll see it in most grocery stores will have it when it's in season.
Any kind of guavas.
Yeah, any kind. Pineapple guava, right?
Or regular. It
regular
doesn't have
guava.
to be sweet because we're adding sugar
Yeah.
and all the spices. That's
So with
the fun
with
part.
that, I get all this beautiful pulp off of this, right?
Yes, yes.
And you see how that beautiful pulp goes in there,
go
but then
to
you
some
see the
quarts.
fibrous. It's
Yes,
okay.
it's okay.
You see the fibrous ginger that doesn't go in there. So
We-
see,
yeah.
everybody flops stuff on the ground around here.
Yeah.
Even, and I do it all the time, Oma. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay, so next is spices. Since we are simmering this,
Okay.
it's going to cook fast.
So coriander.
yes, it's a
Quarter
coriander
tablespoon?
Seeds grounded up. Yes.
You tell me if you want
Yeah,
more.
that's it. Yeah, just
Okay.
a little. It's lemony and a little grassy
So that was
flavor.
coriander, and then
Coriander
cumin.
seeds,
We're gonna do cumin.
cumin seeds. Yeah.
So another quarter teaspoon,
Yeah.
not a tablespoon, quarter
No,
teaspoon.
No, just a little. You don't want to overpower.
Now
Fruit is so
vinegar,
good.
Do you want to start with
Yeah.
some vinegar? So
Yes.
vinegar, we want to add like probably a tablespoon of vinegar, right?
Yeah, because fruit is
Or more.
sour already. So maybe a little more. Yeah, one
Yeah,
more.
because fruit is already a little sour, but this one tends to be a little
Yeah.
sweeter, so we want to add a little bit.
To preserve it also. Vinegar is a preservative.
Vinegar is a preservative, exactly.
And we already added. How about
Oh.
your chili?
Chili.
That's the
Okay,
major
this is the part I need. I gotta
Yeah.
grab a knife. Okay, so here I've got my green chili. This
That's
is
the-
actually a Scotch bonnet.
Yeah.
So I want to be very careful.
Hot.
It's very hot. What we do is we cut around the outsides of this chili, right? And we do not cut that seed packet. That's hot as can be. So you do not do that. Because if you cut that and put those hot chili seeds in there, it'd be way too hot for you. So with this, I'm going to mince these down really small. So with this, you can see I'm going to cut these by julienning these. Now, you want to make sure you don't let kids do this, and you don't, touch any of your eyes or your skin or your kids' eyes or your kids' skins, or you don't pick up babies, any of that with Scotch bonnet hands, okay? So you want to make sure.
It'll be a disaster.
That'd be a disaster, right? So you want to basically cut it up really small, because you don't want anybody getting a big chunk of that,
of
right?
it.
And you want to make sure you wash off your cutting board when you're done. You want to wash off your hands, soapy water.
Gloves.
You could
while
wear
doing
gloves,
this.
right?
That's the best, and then take it off.
I've always been too machismo to wear gloves for
Some people
that.
are allergic to it. So
Yeah, but some people are allergic to it, and it does get really
does
hot.
hurt a lot if you don't.
So you guys can see with this, that's like a good teaspoon of hot chili in there. That's going to make this hot. So I'm excited to try this. So what we're going to do is we're going to cook this down for a couple minutes. I'm going to wash my chili hands, and we're going to be right back to see you guys. See you in a second. Welcome back to the kitchen. We've let this cook for about 6 to 8 minutes now, and it's simmered away. We did add a 1/4 cup more sugar. So that's a 1/2 cup total to this recipe, okay?
And a salt, little bit to taste.
And a little bit of a pinch of salt, right? So now we've tasted it. We like the sour, we like the sweet with everything we put in there so far. So you want it liquidy. I'm going to turn this off, okay?
Okay, sure.
Because you do want it liquidy, because we are going to puree this. Now you can see the color on this when you cook this. It's going to be, this red, and you've cooked it. It's going to be a little bit off color. That's why the strawberries are nice. They add sweetness, and they're going to add a little bit of redness to this as well, right?
Yes.
So what we want to do is we want to put don't overfill your blender. So this one, I've got my little NutriBullet, and then we're going to blend it right here. So I'll be back 1 second while we blend this, okay? Okay guys, we're back, and I'm going to blend this. So you can see it doesn't need a lot of blending, right? We want to leave it a little pulpy, right?
Yes.
And this is where you want to be careful. Whenever you're doing something hot, you only crack it, and you let the steam come out, and then you release it all the way, because you don't want it popping off on you, okay? So you guys can see this now is beautiful purplish,
Yes.
Oh, I'm not going to clean it out yet, Uma,
Yeah.
just because
Puree
we're going to puree all of this.
Okay, good.
So we're going to puree all of this, and we'll be right back, and we're going to show you how we strain this, okay? Okay, you guys, we're back. We've basically pureed all of that, and then what we're going to do is we're going to just run that through our strainer, right? And we've tasted it. Why don't you taste a little bit, Uma, while I'm doing this, and we can make some judgments on where we are.
Okay.
Does it need? Let's taste it a little bit.
Tastes pretty good. Just a little
Pretty good.
salt. That's it.
So a little salt. So go ahead and put some salt in here.
Acid is good. Acidity wise, it's good.
Acid's good. I think maybe a little spice
Little
too. Will you
heat.
put a little bit of heat?
Yeah.
That's a little cayenne. So she's gonna add some more cayenne to this.
Just like a 1/4 teaspoon.
Okay.
It needs the heat.
It needs the heat. So I'm just gonna stir that in like this, and this is gonna come through the bottom of this. Now let me do this. Grab a rubber
that's
spatula.
Better.
There we go.
Spatulas are better.
So and with this, we're just going to rub it on the bottom like this to get all of the pulp out and leave the seeds in this. Okay, and from here at the end, you can always, like you said, when it gets cool, you could add a little fresh vinegar, and if you wanted to, right, like for fresh acidity.
Or lime juice.
Or lemon, right?
Or lime goes well with
lime goes,
guava.
obviously guava and lime go well because they're in the same season.
Yeah.
Guava is a summer fruit for us,
So
and
it
so is lime. So that's why.
Lime will go perfect. But right now it's good. The acidity of the guava and a little
It is pretty
vinegar.
good, right?
Yes. You can use red wine vinegar too. It doesn't have to be cider.
Doesn't have to be
Just,
cider. Yeah, rice wine vinegar has like a mild flavor, right?
Yes.
That's nice, and it's sweeter too. So sometimes if you're making something that's super spicy, like you're putting a lot of jalapenos in like a jam or something like that, and you thought it was going to be really spicy, then you can put rice wine vinegar. It'll soften that, right?
Yes.
The sugar in that. So you guys can see this. You see all the seeds in there?
They
So we
go
would never want that in
too
our
big.
too big. We would never want that in our chutney. So this chutney with a guava like this, unless you had big guavas, which sometimes they are big, even from this tree in the fall will have sometimes bigger guava.
Wow.
And then when you cut the guava in half, you could actually scoop the seed pack out. And if you did that, then you could cut up the fruit without the seed pack in it, and you wouldn't have to puree
To
it.
do all this.
Right.
These were very little.
Very small guava, and
Very ripe.
if you tried to pull the seeds out of this, you'd have no guava left.
Yeah.
So you basically, that's what you're looking to do. So you guys can see how I've really just got this down to the last bit of this paste. And I don't know what we can
That's
do
good.
with this, if there's anything we can do, but I doubt
No,
it, right?
no. They're like
I've
little
never
rocks.
tried, right?
They're like rocks.
But make sure that you scrape the bottom of your pan like this to get every little bit of this guava paste out.
So have a fine mesh strainer for this.
Yep, fine mesh strainer, right? And that's perfect. So that's kind of what we'll look to do here. We'll get that later, just leave it here. So let's taste it again, Uma, now at this point. We've added a little bit more salt, a little more cayenne.
Let's mix it.
That's really nice, huh? It's got salt, sugar, acidity. And again, if you wanted to go really sweet with this, you can go sweeter. When you're tasting it, it's really to your taste. If you want more salt, put more salt. If you want more sugar, put more sugar. What you do have to be careful with though is like understanding that it's going to develop as this sits and cools, right?
The spice, though they look less, but they will come up later.
They will come
when
up.
it cools down. And in fridge, chill it, then it gets better.
It gets better, right? Yeah, and this should firm up even when it gets in. There's a lot of
The
pectin in there will
Yeah.
really firm it up. But you guys have seen guava blocks they sell in the store. There's so
Yeah.
much pectin in there. So this will be really nice. Is it great for like if you have a grilled pork chop, right? Haram, haram.
I don't eat, but
She
you
doesn't
can-
eat pork, but
but
you
you
know,
can use it,
you can use a steak or
yeah.
chicken, but something grilled, a grilled piece of meat, to have a spoonful of this, like jam next to it.
Yes,
That's
yes.
sweet and sour and spicy with the meat is
Yes.
so good. So
Yes.
I hope you guys liked it. We'll be back soon, and stay tuned because we'll be cooking some other curries in the kitchen and things like that with Uma coming up. So make sure that you ring that bell and let me know if you like this video by giving me a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the future. Thanks. This is Chef Dean Max and Uma.